Today, we are digging into something that I bet a lot of us have felt, but maybe don't really understand. You know that feeling when life just gets to be too much and you have this powerful urge to just disappear? Well, that's what we're talking about. It's a really human experience, but man, is it misunderstood. Wow, this just hits home, doesn't it? It's that heavy, paralyzing feeling. Your phone is buzzing, the notifications are stacking up, people are reaching out, but the idea of actually responding, it feels impossible, like you're trying to lift a car. And with that comes this wave of guilt, but you're just stuck watching the world move on from behind this invisible wall.
I mean, be honest. I'm guessing for a lot of you listening, this is hitting pretty close to home. That feeling of being so completely swamped that sending a simple text feels like climbing Mount Everest. It's a lonely, lonely place to be.
So, if that's what's happening on the inside, how does the outside world see it? Well, that brings us to what we can call the flaky friend myth. And this is where there's this huge, huge gap between what you're experiencing and what people think is happening. Yeah, people start slapping on labels, don't they? You get called flaky or avoidant, or even worse, that you're just a bad friend who doesn't care. And look, these labels don't just sting, they completely miss the point of what's really going on. Okay, so let's move past the myth and get to the really fascinating part, the science. What is actually happening inside your brain when this goes down? Because this isn't about being flaky. This is about your brain hitting the emergency shutdown button. And this right here, this slide is the core of it all. The common idea is that you're making a conscious choice to ignore people, that you're rejecting them. But the psychological reality, it's not a choice. It's an involuntary shutdown. It's your brain literally trying to protect you. So there's actually a name for this. It's called a neurological shutdown. It's the brain's go-to protective move when your nervous system is just completely overloaded. And this isn't some kind of character flaw. It's a biological event, and it happens a lot in people who are highly empathic or sensitive, because they're basically taking in way more of the world's static. So what flips the switch? What's the trigger? It all boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful thing: emotional exhaustion. See, your nervous system, it's like a battery. It only has so much juice, and when you hit that absolute 0% left mark, the whole system has to power down. And this isn't random. It's a strategic, step-by-step process. First, the overstimulation just hits a critical limit. In response, your brain slams on the brakes and initiates a shutdown. Why? To conserve every last drop of metabolic energy. The whole point, the end goal, is to stop you from reaching complete and total burnout. It's a tactical retreat to save the whole system. So what is the brain trying to accomplish here? Well, it's got two main biological missions. First, like we said, conserve metabolic energy. That's the literal fuel your brain and body run on. And second, get your cortisol levels under control. Cortisol is your main stress hormone, and when it's flooding your system, it's really damaging. So your brain is basically pulling the emergency brake to stop the damage. Okay, let's bring this all home. What does all of this actually mean for us? It means we need to make a pretty radical shift in how we see this. We have to stop looking at this withdrawal as some kind of personal flaw and start seeing it for what it is, a biological function. Honestly, if you take away just one thing today, please let it be this. This response has nothing to do with your character. It doesn't say anything about your values or how much you love your friends. It is simply a feature of your biology, and it's designed to protect you.
This quote just says it all perfectly. When you withdraw, it's not a message to your friends saying, "I don't care." It's a message from your own brain saying, "I'm doing everything I can to keep us from crashing and burning." It's a sign that a system is desperately, desperately trying to heal itself.
And that leaves us with a final, really important question to think about. Knowing all this, how can we change our approach? Whether it's for ourselves or for the people we love, how can we learn to create a little space and offer a little grace for a nervous system that just needs to shut down for a while to recover? Something to chew on. Thanks for tuning in.